Hello everyone. I'm Favor Bumi Afuye. Today I'm so excited. And the reason for my excitement is because it's the Women's Day. And I say a happy International Women's Day to all the women out there. um you know we've always had this notion while growing up that is a man's word, is a man's word, kind of. That's why the woman is at the receiving end. A man can do anything and get away with it. Today I'm here to tell you they are all errors, because I was there too while growing up. Just like I said earlier, you know it's a woman's word. That's why we are always at the receiving end of every evil. So how do we change being at the receiving end? That's what I want to talk about today. Um, the issue there is, who gives birth to the men? It's not the women. So who makes them to become the way they have been? It is because the mothers have failed to put values into these children. That's why they grew up to become men that becomes terror to women. So it's just so simple. So how do we deal with all this? Because our children are the Boko Harams. Our children are the terrorists. Our children are the bad politicians. Our children are the ones that still a kind of sexually harass us. So how do we change all this? It is you and I. It is in our power to change that. And how do we change that? You are a mother. You bore a child. So right from the womb, he is your son. You conceive him. He stays more with you. You can define the kind of child you want to have before he comes into the world. You can speak to your child what you want him to be. And after delivery, always speak to your child what you want to see. Nurture him the values you want to see. Make him to realize that a woman is not a second class citizen. She is as equal as he is. Despite that he is the head, there is no argument about that. So when you put these values into him, making sure to let him know that it is evil to be a terrorist, it is bad to take another human's life, it is bad to not to discharge your duties the way you ought to. It is bad to embezzle public fund. It is bad to break another woman's heart. When you put all these values into these children, do you think that child will grow up and just become a vagabond? When you tell him the importance of being morally sound, then you, as a wife, you take it up from where the mother stopped and make sure your husband does his duty as he ought to. In that office, you make sure that he doesn't come back home with something that is bigger than his salary can afford. You make sure he does his work the way he ought to, because you are a helpmate in his life. You don't do it by trying to a kind of take the lead, trying to control him. You don't. No, 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 no. There is a way to be as a woman. So when you do all these things and making sure that his life moves on, when he knows that when he does something wrong outside, his wife, when she gets to hear it, she will not be happy and he will not have peace. You know he will adjust. Then, ladies out there, when you know that a man is a married man, you don't go after him. When he comes after you, you let him know you're a married man. I can't hurt another sister. I can't cause a sister pain. Do you know the man, when he goes to the first lady, the second one, the third one, and they refuse, do you know he will go back home and take care of his family and make sure he doesn't even cheat? So it is you and I that we need to change the world. If a politician, he has a wife and he's embezzling money that is entrusted into him, he's betraying his people, and he has a good wife around him, do you know that the wife will correct him and make sure he does the right thing? If he doesn't hear, she can come out and disgrace him to make sure he does the right thing. If he knows that she can go to that extent, do you know that he will sit up and You see our politicians sitting up. If you and I take our place, so the world is the way it is because of you and I, because we have accepted the lies that has been put into us for centuries, that it is the man's word. It's not the man's word. If the world is the way it is, if we have been suffering heartbreaks from the men, and we have been disappointed by men, and our men have been disgracing us, then you and I, we need to sit down and make amends. And today is a day for us to sit down and make and reflect. It is not the day to be overtaken by the celebration and with the fact that you're a woman. Yes, we are all women and we are proud of it. But we need to sit down and do our homework so that our world will become a better place. A pastor that is misbehaving, preaching different kind of gospel, if he has a woman that is a woman, in a feminine way, you could correct him without fighting him, without making him feel worthless, without making him feel stupid. There is a way to do things. So I am calling you today as a woman to come out of all the errors you have heard, pack them and throw them away, and sit down and ask God what it means to be a woman. You are called with a great assignment. You have been called into an assignment that is bigger than you. But with God, all things are possible. It is not easy to be a career woman and at the same time you're a wife, you're a mother, you are a sister-in-law. It is not easy, and a daughter-in-law. But with the grace of God, you could scale through. How did all this, our mothers that have succeeded, how did they succeed? We need to sit down and read their biography. We need to sit down and reassess ourselves. How do we get to become the women we ought to be? It is by being true to yourself. Be true to your nature. Don't accept artificiality. Don't waste all your time in all the makeups and all that, and meanwhile in the inside there is nothing there. My sister, it is better to have inner beauty and don't have an outward appearance than having the outward appearance and not having inner content. As we celebrate today, I am so happy because it's a day that I've always looked forward to. I'm happy because I have found the path of destiny that has kept me going. So I am calling you into this path of destiny. Being a woman is a calling and is a part of destiny. So I am calling you into this path of destiny so that we can make a change. We can change our world. We can enjoy being a woman and being a wife and being a mother to our children. Even if we are not enjoying it now, tomorrow of time, our sacrifices will pay off. Our night vigils will pay off. Our sleepless nights will pay off. Our denials of good things to make sure that we develop good values for our families will pay off. Happy Mother's Day to you once again. Thank you until I come your way next time. Remember this.